Alright everybody, let's talk about this push to ban teens from social media. Because I'm going to be honest, this isn't just backwards regulation, this is how you build backwards future. And the wild part, the people pushing this stuff keep saying it's for the kids, but if you actually look at the psychology and the science, the rights, the real world impact, it's the opposite of protection. It's avoidance. It's projection. It's the government externalizing blame because it doesn't want to deal with the real problem. So let's break it down, shall we? Here's the truth nobody wants to say. Freedom is for everyone, it's not free. Kids don't magically wake up on their 18th birthday and feel formed brain and right package delivery by Canada Post. Right brain delivered by Canada Post, yeah. If a 15-year-old can read newspaper, speak in public, join a club, attend a protest, write a blog, then they can participate in a digital public square. Social media is just a modern version of communication. Banning it is banning access to speech. And that's the right issue, full stop. Period. Nothing more. That's the right issue. Banning access to speech, that's the right issue. Now, here's where it gets interesting. In psychology, when someone constantly blames an external thing for an internal issue, that's called externalization. It's not a mental illness, but it's a sign of avoidance, denial, refusal to deal with the root cause. And what the governments are doing right now, they're saying kids are depressed because of TikTok. Kids are anxious because of Instagram. Kids are struggling because of screens. No, kids are struggling because of real-world pressures. Housing insecurity, family stress, poverty, underfunded schools, lack of services, community breakdown. But these are hard problems, so politicians pick the easy villain, apps. That's not leadership, that's displacement. Let's talk evidence, because science doesn't support this panic. The best research, Oxford, Stanford, APA, all says the same thing. This is no casual link. There just simply is no casual link between social media and teen depression. Mental health trends started before social media existed. Social media can actually reduce isolation. Bans don't improve mental health, they just push kids to VPNs. So when governments say social media is the cause they're not following science, they're following convenience. And here's the thing. It's not just me saying this, it's Canadian policy. Analyst named Goldberg broke this down in a way that honestly surprised me. I don't know the guy personally, but he hit the nail on the head. He pointed out that government is blaming social media for mental health issues without evidence. The ban forces age verification on everyone, not just teens. The new regulator would have to have the power to decide which platforms are safe. The whole thing is based on emotion, not data. And once the system exists, you can't put the toothpaste back in the tube. That's exactly the problem. This isn't about safety. This isn't about building digital gatekeeper. And when someone who studied policy for a living says the same thing regular people are saying, regular people notice, that tells you the direction is wrong. Everybody's saying the same thing. What actually hurts youth and mental health, if you want to know what actually affects kids, it's this: unstable housing, financial stress, family burnout, lack of community, school pressure, social isolation, economic uncertainty. These are real, these are measurable, these are proven. But instead of addressing those, government wants to ID gate the entire internet. The surveillance infrastructure nobody asked for. That's exactly what this is. Here's the part that should scare everyone. To ban kids from social media, the government must verify everyone's age to track who is under 16 years of age, force platforms to collect IDs, which they're already doing, create regulators that decide which platforms are safe enough. That's not child protection, that's building architecture for censorship. And once the system exists, it never goes away. If you raise a generation behind a digital wall, you get a generation that lacks digital literacy, one that's more vulnerable to scams, one that's weaker in critical thinking, depends on gatekeepers, is less prepared for adulthood. This is how you make a future backwards, not by accident, but by design. So yeah, I'm saying it clearly. Blaming social media for mental health is wrong. Banning teens from communication platforms, that is wrong. Building surveillance systems for safety, that's wrong. And pretending this is about protection when it's really about avoidance is the most backwards part of all. Freedom is for everyone, or it's not freedom at all. That's my ramble. Like, follow, and subscribe. We'll be back.